Hi Ken, this is Becky with Gray Owl Marketing. I know you're really busy and I just wanted to keep this brief, but I did want to show you 3 tips how you can today help bring in more customers to your business. Because oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are just too busy running their business to keep up with how the internet can really work for them and benefit their company. So as you can see here, I'm on your website. Nice looking website. Love the picture here. I love that you can select a fence style immediately, and your call to action here is really important. And some metrics about what you guys have been doing and how long you've been in service. Nice to see there. Definitely like to see these options of how you can look and get more information about the various different types of fences. Good information there. But the first thing that's important to know if you really want to optimize with Google is you need to have at least 1,500 words on your home page here. And it looks like you do have a few hundred, maybe even up to like 800, but you're really not optimizing that content there. Because content is king with Google. This is a key factor in Google's formula when they decide which sites to rank higher than others. And Google likes to see not only high quantity, but also high quality content. And you want your business to show up on the page one so your customers are searching in the Googles, right? So make sure that you have about 1,500 words or more on your site, and you want to optimize what words you're using by including content throughout your site that people are actually searching for. So when I took a look at this, if you come over here, this is a tool I use. You can use free versions of this by searching online, but I did put your website here. And this is a dashboard of kind of what your site looks like on a page. And you can see here you're not getting much traffic to your website, but you are ranking for some keywords here. So if we take a look at what you're ranking for, you can see it's a lot of this Buckhead fence, which is getting 100 searches a month, and you're ranking #1 for Buckhead fences, so that's good. Those are buyer intent keywords. Vinyl fence panels, not necessarily a buyer intent keyword, but you're ranking a little on page, probably about the end of page 2 for that one. This one here, fencing in Raleigh, North Carolina, found that interesting, but you are ranking for that on middle of page 2, and various different things here. Atlanta Fence Company, 60 searches a month, and you're ranking number 33 for that. But you want to be really aware of what those buyer intent keywords are and use them throughout your website. So I would recommend focusing on 2 or 3 buyer intent keywords and use them in your website content throughout your pages. And additionally, I can see that you do have multiple site location pages, which is great. But again, you want to optimize what keywords you're using on those pages in order for you to rank effectively on those pages. The second thing I want to talk to you about here is looking at, looking at Fence Companies Atlanta. That was a keyword that I put in here because Fence Companies Atlanta is a good buyer intent keyword because it's getting 350 searches a month. So that's about 4,000 customers a year you're losing out on by not having that keyword in your content on your website. But when you think about how a person searches, there's kind of 3 key areas. There's this ad area, which is, sometimes people search here and just click on the first thing that they select there. The second key area here is your what we call the map pack, which is the top 3 ranking companies that Google's feeling confident can meet the needs of somebody searching for Fence Companies Atlanta. And then the third area here is this organic search traffic here. A lot of people will also skip this area and come right down here to the organic traffic. So you can see some companies that are ranking here that aren't ranking right here. This section here, though, in the map pack gets about 40% of all traffic, so it's ideal that you get at least in here, if not here and here, when you're searching. And you're probably asking yourself, how do I get in these top 3 spots? Well, another thing that I'll show you is when you go into Fence Company's Buckhead. Again, I pulled it out here by accident, but this is your Google business profile. So this is something you want to think about when you're trying to rank in those top 3 areas. The first thing that I will say is obviously you want to start with getting good reviews. You do have 30 reviews here, and I did see that you guys kind of keep up on that, so 4.5 stars is good. You want to really grow and build your Google profile by getting more reviews, ideally 5-star reviews, so that you can grow that positive image. The next thing I'll talk about is what we call the NAP, which is your name, address, and phone number. Those are really important to have a footprint across the web, and putting your name, address, and phone number in multiple directories across the web. For example, Yelp or Yellow Pages or Whitebook, CityStar, putting your name, address, and phone number on your website as well on Facebook. But the important thing to know about this is that it's consistent. It needs to be the same exact thing as your Google profile across your entire footprint. So for example, you can see how your address shows up here in the Google profile is Oakwood with this abbreviation CIR. But when you go to your website, you can see that you're spelling it out. So I know it's nitpicky, but Google does want to see consistency. So you might want to think about making it match your Google profile on all platforms. The last thing I'll talk about in your Google profile is pictures. So thinking about all the pictures you have on your website as well as the pictures you have in your Google profile, you want to think about saving those pictures as buyer intent keywords. So the titles in the files that you're saving them then are using buyer intent keywords. So for example, when you go in here, you can see UV, that you want to change that to a buyer intent keyword like Fence Company Atlanta. And then you also want to use geotagging. So with a fencing company, you're going to multiple different locations to provide your services. And when you're taking pictures of these beautiful fences that you're constructing, you want to put a geotag in the location that you're building that fence in. And that's really important because in Google's eyes, they'll be able to see what type of work you're doing by the description you're using and the keywords. And then they'll be seeing where you're doing that work by using those geotags. So when people are searching for similar things, you'll show up for those searches. So think about that with your profiles. The next thing I will say is, again, with these buyer intent, with this map pack here, the next thing you want to think about is your company's online reputation or your company's site authority. So again, when I go back here into this tool that I use and get out of the keywords, you're on this home page here, and your site's authority is represented here numerically in a number. You really want to see this number higher than 20, if not 30 and 40, and you want to see that this UR and DR have a 1-for-1 ratio. And this is driven by your backlinks and referring domains. So here you can see you have 18 referring domains that are pushing 29 backlinks to your homepage, and that's giving you this score of 12 here from a online reputation or site authority strength. But you also got to keep in mind that not all referring domains are created equal. You really want to make sure they're relevant referring domains, and you can check that out here at the do follow. So of your 18 referring domains, only 4 are actually giving your site power and strength. So there's an opportunity to optimize there. So again, when I go to this Fence Company Atlanta, which gets searched 350 times a month, these are the top 3 companies that come up. Precision Fence Works Atlanta is your #1 competitor in this arena. So I did pull up their website, and as you can see here, their website isn't too bad, not nearly as much content as yours, but a real opportunity to update your content and add quite a bit more using buyer intent keywords, so that you can kind of optimize and outrank them from that perspective. And the last thing I'll cover again is a comparison of this competitor to yours. So you can see they have a site strength of 28, which isn't bad. And you can see it's because they have 267 referring domains pushing almost 1,000 backlinks to their site, which is causing them to get quite a bit of traffic here, you can see. And as you can see here, a lot of their referring domains are actually really quality relevant referring domains. But the neat thing about this is, don't get discouraged, because we can go in here and look at what referring domains they're using and essentially copy them and then add on top of that some more so that you can outrank them. outrank the competition. So just quickly to go over the 3 points that I provided. One, you definitely, content is king. You want high quality and high quantity of content on your website. You also want to think about your Google My Business profile, making sure you have a large footprint that has consistency across the entire web. And then you want to think about your backlinks and your site authority here as 3 ways to kind of build your ranking online. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be #1 across Google. And you can do this by taking the information that I'm sharing with you today and implementing it yourself. I'm totally fine with that. However, if you want to be more effective and focus on your business and save yourself some time, you can also call me and we can set up a time to chat. So once again, my name's Becky with Gray Owl Marketing, and my contact information is in the email. I hope you found this information valuable, and I do look forward to hearing from you. Have a good day.